Welcome back to the channel, good friends. I'm about to work on the Q60 here. We did a video on wet sanding some of the key marks. It's keyed down the whole length of the vehicle, both sides. We did one video removing the scratch marks with wet sanding. We're going to do this video using a rotary polisher alone to see what type of progress and improvements we can make on those scratches, but not just a full-size rotary polisher and full-size pad and wool pad. We're going to use a mini rotary polisher backing plate and mini wool pad. Let's get to it. Easy to see, these scratches go all the way back through here, all the way back. Previous owner really must have pissed somebody off. I'm glad I didn't buy this locally. This car came from quite a distance away, right, Sissy? Anyway, you'll probably notice midway through the door, all the way up through the fender, which the scratch started right there, it's gone. And it's pretty much gone completely. What our goal is today is to remove this section on the door here from there to there, just using this rotary polisher. This is a mini pint size polisher and pad. And because we're using such an aggressive combination, obviously we're going to have to finish down. So we do have those tools standing by as well. This, by the way, is a Flex P8 480 mini rotary polisher. It's got the 3-inch backing plate and a 3-inch hybrid wool pad. And we'll team that up with the ACA 500 extra cut compound. The Alpha ceramic alumina abrasives are fantastic. Let me just pop the door here and we'll finish this scratch from there to there. Don't let the size of the little mini rotary and pad fool you. This thing can do some work. However, as we saw on this little stretch of the scratch on the door here, these scratches are deep. Not quite all the way through the color coat, but a good portion of it almost through the clear coat. So we'll spread out the product, fire up the polisher, spread it out more. All right, now that we have it spread out, we'll go between the 3rd and the 4th speed setting, right about in there, and that's going to be the speed we continually use to remove these marks. And we'll just guide the polisher, let the polisher do the work. Just guiding it with these 2 fingers actually, and just a little bit of pressure from my thumb. Not a whole lot. You don't need pressure. The wool pads are aggressive, they'll do their work. Okay, we went with the grain of the scratch. Now we'll polish against the grain. With the rotary polisher, this is still room temperature. The only time you're really going to get a whole lot of friction and heat is if you're pushing really hard down on the polisher. With a rotary polisher and a wool pad, the air whisks through these fibers, keeps things cool. So, you know, the ACA 500 has a long cycle time. It's just now starting to dry out a little bit, getting a little bit of dust, but you're always going to have some dirt with the rotary polisher and a wool pad. You're going to have dirt, you're going to have fibers flying up your nose. But you can take your time. You can go left to right, then up and down, crisscross pattern. And now we want to wipe off the residue, and there are going to be areas where the scratch probably disappeared or is so much better. There are going to be areas where it's really deep, and there may be room to go after those areas again, so let's find out. Brought a nice soft towel over here. Wipe off the residue. And we're going to have hazing left behind. That is completely normal when it comes to rotary polishers and wool pads because they are so aggressive. Well, it did a very, very good job just on this one pass. We have one area right here where it's really deep we can go over again. And we have an area that's, well, that's a little bit off of what we were working on. But let's go over it one more time. We'll hit it with a finishing polish and pad after that to clear things up. And we'll take a look at the door as a whole. Before we go any further, you see how these fibers are matted down. You want to clean your pad off between every pass. Once again cleaned off, and with wool I like to use forced air, unlike foam where you can damage the foam cells. You're not going to damage these fibers. And they are now fluffy and soft again. They're standing straight up and they're ready to do work. Look over the area one more time. Yep. That's just one spot right here. We'll just go over it again real quick. Where is that little, there it is. This scratch probably isn't part of the overall damage, right? Yeah. She'll back up my decision here, going after this separate scratch. All right, but there's one real deep section right here. We'll go over this yet, and we should be good to go. One quick pass over here. And that's it. Wipe off the residue. Much better. What we're going to see now, the hazing left over from the cutting portion of that aggressive wool pad. And this clear is on the soft side, so let's finish it down. And to finish it, we have a flex polisher. It's the XCE 18 EC force rotation polisher, rupees fine pad, and the Turtle Wax one and done. By the way, I don't know if they discontinued. You can find these at the Ollie stores if you have one local near you, and Ollie's is like a 5 and dime store. So I guess they're getting rid of this stuff. It's a shame. This stuff works fantastic. Great as a one-step, and with the right pad on the right surface, great to finish down. That's all we'll need to do there. Now, let me sit back here a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. So we're going from this to that. We'll pad with the mini polisher gets the job done. The wet sanding got the job done from there to there. So we have this whole section complete. I'll save the door here to see what we did wet sanding, we did the rotary polisher. Let's do this section with the dual action polisher, see if it can remove these by itself without causing a ton of heat. We'll keep track of heat with one of my meters. We'll save that for the next video. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. The shop managers had enough for one day, but as you can see, you don't even need to add a full-size rotary polisher. Just the mini and a mini wool pad gets the job done. Unlike using the full-size for a whole vehicle, you can use the mini just for spot corrections. Works fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you're not comfortable with the rotary polisher, grab some practice panels at a body shop. They're always happy to see you and get rid of their panels so they don't have to call a scrapper to come get them. And then always you have me to help back you up if you have any questions or concerns. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video.